Welcome to Missing in Ohio, a podcast devoted to telling the stories of Ohio's missing loved ones. I am your host, Kelly Hammonds. Today's episode is an update episode on Chapter 6, The Disappearance of Joshua Wright. Since I released the episode earlier this week, there has been many things happen that the Wright family, Missing in Ohio, and Missing Person from Ohio would like to share. If you haven't listened to Chapter 6, The Disappearance of Joshua Wright, I recommend you do so before listening to this episode. Here is a summary on Joshua's disappearance. Joshua Wright, aka Gouda, Montana, is a missing adult from Cincinnati, Ohio. He was last seen on February 3, 2018. Even though the family knew something was up since they hadn't heard from Josh for 24 hours, they didn't know for certain that he was missing. That all changed when a friend of Joshua's showed up at his father's house on Sunday stating he received an anonymous phone call about Josh. The caller allegedly stated that Joshua is dead and they will never locate his body. The family then quickly reported Josh missing to the Cincinnati Police Department. On the day Joshua was last seen, he was driving his red GMC truck. It was assumed that the truck went missing with Josh until the truck was located a few days later. The truck was found at an abandoned house with what appeared to be multiple bullet holes. The Cincinnati Police Department then took the truck into their possession to process it for evidence. After almost 3 months, the family received the truck back after the police were finished processing it. When they did receive the truck back, it was a mess and appeared that the police did not process it at all. The cab of the truck had items thrown everywhere, and in the bed of the truck, Josh's brother found 2 9mm shell casings. I don't understand how the shell casings were missed by the Cincinnati Police Department if it was in fact processed for evidence. The only things we know for certain that went missing along with Joshua is his cell phone and the keys to his truck and house. Like in many missing person cases, Joshua's family has received many stories about what happened to Josh, but every story ends in him being deceased. A lot of these stories can be heard on Missing in Ohio, Chapter 6, The Disappearance of Joshua Wright. All I can say about these stories is there are a couple that have so many details that they need investigated seriously. Every story or tip that the family receives, they immediately share with their detective. However, they wait weeks for a response or they don't get a response at all. But either way, ultimately, nothing is ever done and the information is never taken seriously. All other details of Joshua's disappearance can be heard on his episode, but now I'm going to go into some updates and what is going on at the current time. This past Tuesday, I released Chapter 6, The Disappearance of Joshua Wright. Late that night into the early morning hours of Wednesday, someone went to Joshua's father's house and vandalized Josh's truck. The truck has been parked at this location since the family received it back from the Cincinnati Police Department. The vandalism appears to be the result of being beat with a baseball bat. A member of Joshua's father's household heard something that she described to me as pounding or chopping wood. But when she looked out the window, she did not see anything due to the placement of Joshua's truck. On Wednesday, the family called and reported the vandalism to the Cincinnati Police Department. An officer came and took the report and stated that the detective on Josh's case would follow up within a week. As if the vandalism isn't enough for the Wright family to deal with, Thursday things reached the next level of disgusting. As I discussed in Joshua's episode, I helped the Wright family set up the Help Find Joshua Wright, aka Gouda, Montana Facebook page. On Thursday, the Facebook page for Joshua started receiving very vulgar and twisted messages. The messages were being sent from a fake Facebook page set up under Joshua's name. Due to the graphic nature of the messages sent, I'm not going to read them word for word, but I will paraphrase. When set up, the Facebook page states that Joshua is gay and started a new job at Charlotte Male Strippers. It also states that Joshua is in a domestic partnership. They even list the dates of the new job and relationship status as the day that Joshua went missing. The cover photo is an image of the word lost, while the profile picture is a photo of Josh. The person running the fake Joshua Wright Facebook page has been antagonizing the family members of Josh, including pretending to be Josh as well as claiming to be responsible for Josh's murder. The photos shared on the page include a photo of a man standing in the woods with a cell phone stating, "Can you find me?" Another photo shows Halloween decorations of a severed body wearing handcuffs. There is also an image of several people standing over a steaming or smoking barrel. All of the photos are actually memes. There is also a GIF of a laughing woman in which the fake Joshua Wright page commented, "Gouda no toes." The fake poster is even communicating with Joshua's family, making comments that they are responsible for Josh's murder, as well as making comments that suggest the family needs to have Joshua's truck fixed. To me, this suggests that the person making the fake posts could also be responsible for the vandalism to Josh's truck. My reason for believing this is at the time not many people knew about the damage done to Joshua's truck. It is not known if this person is responsible for Joshua's disappearance, but I feel it is very important that this be looked into by the Cincinnati Police Department and the Ohio BCI. Some of the comments that were made from the fake Facebook page to Joshua's family were very personal, including things that would only be known if they were close to Josh. If you listen to Chapter 6, The Disappearance of Joshua Wright, you will recall I said the same thing about the anonymous call that came in to Josh's friends. When the anonymous caller reached out to one of Josh's friends, it struck me and the family as odd. It also made me feel as if the caller knew Josh. Is this anonymous caller the same person that created the fake Joshua Wright Facebook page and vandalized his truck? On that I'm not sure, but again I feel it is a possibility and seriously needs looked into by someone in law enforcement. There has been many people, including Texas EquiSearch, volunteer to search the area where it has been reported Joshua will be found. However, the police seem uninterested in any searches taking place. Joshua's family has searched the area many times, but there is only so much ground they can cover in a large area with a small group. The detective on Joshua's case even stated to BCI that he did not search the area with dogs because he couldn't get the dogs into the woods. I will remind you again that Josh's family has been in this wooded area. There are also many trails available. If the area is able to be navigated by family, why does the detective claim it cannot be navigated by canine trained to do this? Besides the area where Joshua can allegedly be found, the family also wants another area searched. It has been reported to both the family and law enforcement by a female that she not only discovered Joshua's clothes in a garbage area, but she also had them in her hand. I will not mention this lady's name, but I will say she is known by Josh's family. This lady states she left the clothes in the dump area and is now trying to back away from helping. When the family of Joshua communicated with the Cincinnati Police Department about this lady's claim, they were told that the family could search if they would like and if the property owner would allow it. Again, the police showing no interest in any tips or doing any searches to help find answers for Joshua and the entire Wright family. I know in many missing person cases that fake or irrelevant tips are often called in, but some of this information is so detailed that an investigation needs to be done. I am going to share screenshots of all of the posts made under the fake Joshua Wright Facebook page, as well as pictures posted, photos of the vandalism done to Josh's truck, and photos of the garbage area. I will share the images on all Missing in Ohio social media, as well as the Help Find Joshua Wright, aka Gouda, Montana Facebook page. It is imperative that Joshua Wright's disappearance has a proper investigation. But until that is done, I ask all listeners to please share Joshua's information on their social media. The more we get his information out there, the more likely it is that we can get answers for the Wright family. Please visit the Help Find Joshua Wright, aka Gouda, Montana, Missing in Ohio podcast group, and Missing Persons from Ohio Facebook pages for more information on the disappearance of Joshua Wright. The Wright family is very active on the pages and willing to communicate with listeners. Joshua Wright is a missing adult from Cincinnati, Ohio. He was last seen on February 3, 2018. Joshua was 30 years old at the time of his disappearance and would be 31 years old today. Joshua is a biracial male, approximately 5 foot 10 inches tall and 245 pounds. He is bald with brown eyes. Joshua has several distinguishing tattoos, such as teardrops under each eye, heartless on his neck, a pyramid with an eye in the center of his forehead, a large skull on his right shoulder, a large cross on his back, Rest in Peace Tristan on his left hand, Death Before Dishonor on his right hand, Money Over Everything on his chest, and the names Jada, Josh, and Josiah. If you have any information on the disappearance of Joshua Wright, please contact the Cincinnati Police Department at 513-263-8121. All calls can be made anonymously. Tips can also be made to the Help Find Joshua Wright, aka Gouda, Montana Facebook page, the Missing in Ohio Facebook page, and by emailing us at missingpersonsinohio@gmail.com. Missing in Ohio is an affiliate of Missing Person from Ohio. Missing Person from Ohio is a Facebook page ran by Lori Davis devoted to raising awareness for Ohio's missing loved ones. Here is a message from Lori on how Missing Person from Ohio can help you if you have a missing loved one.
Missing Person from Ohio is an outlet for those with missing loved ones where we can publicize their case. I can help ensure that they are listed on the correct organizations. I can talk to the family members about steps that they can take to try to help keep the publicity out there for their missing loved one. And I can also just work with that family to let them understand that someone cares, that we are a group of individuals that really want to help, and we're doing this for the right reasons. We're doing everything that we can to help them bring their missing loved one home. And if we're not able to bring them home, we can at least help support them during the time while they're missing.
If you have a missing loved one and would like us to help you tell their story, please contact us at missingpersonsinohio@gmail.com, or you can use Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. All of the links can be found in the show notes. You can find Missing in Ohio on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Podbean, Stitcher, and many of the other listening platforms you enjoy. Follow us on Facebook and remember to join our group page to discuss all the cases that you hear on Missing in Ohio. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. You can email us at missingpersonsinohio@gmail.com. If you like this podcast and would like to help us raise awareness, please give us 5 stars and leave a review on whatever platform you enjoy. Thank you for listening to Missing in Ohio, Chapter 6, The Disappearance of Joshua Wright, Update. Tune in 2 weeks to Missing in Ohio, Chapter 7, The Disappearance of Brian Schaefer.